Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and in this lesson we're going to learn all about minor and major thirds, what they sound like, what they look like, and how composers use them in music. You can think of minor and major like two different flavors, chocolate and vanilla. Each can be enjoyed in its own way, and each has specific uses. Let's come to the piano to explore some of the many ways to use major and minor thirds. So, what is a major third? A major third is the distance from do to mi, or we could say from the first note of any major scale to the third note of that same scale. So here in C major, going from do to mi, or C to E, would be a major third. D to F sharp is also a major third because those are the first and third notes of a D major scale. Do to mi will always be a major third. We can also find a major third between A flat and C because that's also do, re, mi in the key of A flat major. Another way to think about a major third is it's the distance of two whole steps, or two major seconds, which we recently learned about. Here's one major second from do to re, and then one more major second, or whole step, brings us up to a major third. So it's the distance of two whole steps, or we could even think of it as the distance of four half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps is another way we can get to a major third. So whether we think of it as 4 half steps or 2 whole steps, it will always be this distance apart, do to mi. So let's practice finding major thirds. Can you find a major third above E? Remember, use the distance of 2 whole steps or 4 half steps. Point to a major third above E. If you're pointing right here, you're correct. The way you can solve that is by going up by whole steps. Do, re, mi. Do to mi will always make a major third. The distance of 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps or 2 whole steps is another way to make a major third. Can you point to a major third above this F sharp? If you're pointing right here, you're correct. Remember, 2 whole steps or major seconds, or 4 half steps or minor seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, will give us a major third. Now, can you find a major third below this D? So now we're going down. If you're pointing right here, you're correct. We can go 1 major second down, and then another major second down, or 4 half steps down. 1, 2, 3, 4 shows us that this is a major third from B flat to D. Now, as I mentioned, we have 2 flavors of thirds that we're learning about today. We have the major third, but we also can have a minor third, which would be the distance from do to me. Remember, mi, if we lower it a half step, becomes me. Do, re, mi, fa, so. So a C minor scale from the first to the third note forms what we call a minor third in music. It's also the distance of a whole step plus a half step, which we've learned recently we can also call a major second plus a minor second, or we could think of it as the distance of 3 half steps or minor seconds. 1, 2, 3. So in the key of D minor, we also would have a minor third between D and F. Why is that? Well, we can see this is a whole step plus a half step, or it's the distance of 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. From D to F is a minor third. So remember, major third above D would be F sharp. Minor third would be D to F. And you can hear the difference in sound between those two. Listen to a major third. Do, mi. Or a minor third. Do, me. Let's practice finding some minor thirds. Can you find a minor third above this F? Remember, go a whole step plus a half step. That would give us right here. Do, re, mi. F to A flat is a minor third. Can you find a minor third above this B? Point to it. If you're pointing right here, you're correct. From B, we go up a whole step plus a half step. B to D is a minor third. Can you find a minor third below this B flat? If you're pointing right here, you're correct. Remember, we go down a whole step plus a half step, or up a whole step plus a half step. Either direction we go, whole step plus half step away makes a minor third. G to B flat. Now let's take a look at measure 2 of Danny Boy, which we recently learned. And looking in the music here, can you find the minor third? It's right here between the E and the C sharp. That makes a minor third. Now, in the same measure, can you find a major third? If you're pointing here between the E and the G sharp, you're correct. That makes a major third. Now, let's review all of the intervals that we've learned recently. We have a minor second, which is equal to 1/2 step, like this C to D flat. A major second is the distance of 2 half steps. A minor third is the distance of 3 half steps, 1, 2, 3. And then a major third is the distance of 4 half steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, minor second, major second, minor third, major third. Now, what is the difference in sound between a major third and a minor third? It's not quite as simple as happy and sad. For example, in Beethoven's famous Fifth Symphony, look at these opening intervals. What interval do you see there? It's actually a major third. It sounds very stormy and dark, right? But it's a major third followed by a minor third. Notice this F to D. So you can actually mix and match major thirds and minor thirds in all kinds of contexts. Hedwig's theme from Harry Potter also uses a major third. But notice what a mysterious sound that can create. And then John Williams uses a few minor seconds to give it an even more mysterious sound. So just because it's major doesn't necessarily it's going to be happy, and if it's minor doesn't necessarily it's going to be sad. Composers can use them interchangeably depending on the chords and the other context around those notes. Another interesting use of the minor third interval is that sometimes kids use it when they're playing around on the playground. Nanny, nanny, boo, 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 boo. Notice that interval, when you're just going like nanner, nanner, that's a minor third. So if you ever need to try and tell the difference by sound between a major third and a minor third, I try to turn it into a scale in my mind. Like if I hear this, I'll try in my mind to think do, re, mi. And if I can turn it into a do, re, mi, then I know I've got a major third. But if I hear this, then I'll try to turn that into do, re, mi. And if I hear a minor scale in my mind, then I know I have a minor third. Other tricks are just using a melody you're familiar with. Like if you hear something that sounds like the beginning of Hedwig's theme, and you just remember, oh, that's a major third in Hedwig's theme, or the start of Beethoven's Fifth. If you remember that that's also a major third, that could be a little cue or trick to remember those intervals. Or remembering the nanny nanny boo boo interval, remembering that that's a minor third. So try to just bookmark those sounds in your ear so when you hear a song or a piece, you can start to recognize those intervals. Let's play a listening game right now and see if you can tell if I'm playing a major third or a minor third. Here's your first one. Major third or minor third? Listen one more time. If you said major third, you're correct. I played an E to G sharp. So in your mind, try to hear do, re, mi. Here's the next one. Major third or minor third? Listen one more time. If you said minor third, you're correct. I played a B to a D, and then here's them together. So you can listen in your mind, do, re, mi. Hear that minor scale. Here's another one. Major third or minor third? Here it is again. If you said minor third, you're correct. B flat to D flat. Do, do, re, mi. Here's another one. Major third or minor third? Here it is again. If you said major third, you're correct. I played A to F, which could have been the opening of Beethoven's Fifth if I transposed it to D minor. Okay, so that's one way you could have recognized that as a major third. Here's another one. What did you hear? And here they are together. If you said minor third, you're correct. I played G flat to E flat. And you might have noticed that's the nanny nanny boo boo interval. Na, 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 na. Okay, hear that? Okay, that's one way you can recognize a minor third. Here's one last one. Here it is again. And here they are together. What did you hear? If you said major third, you're correct. I played C to A flat. And that is the interval from the Harry Potter Hedwig's theme. Okay, so that's one way you could have recognized that as a major third. I hope you'll keep practicing on your own, trying to recognize major thirds and minor thirds by sound and by sight in the music that you play. Great job today learning all about major and minor thirds. Thanks for watching and learning with me, and happy practicing. Did you know that the minor third is the nanny nanny boo boo interval? You might want to keep it down, you know. Why? It reminds me of being on a playground as a kid, playing chasing games. That's exactly what I'm worried about. Come on. Nanny nanny boo boo, you can't get me. Oh yeah? I told you. Don't worry, I have a plan. Quick, play the Harry Potter theme. Why? Just do it. Okay. Now I'll just grab my wand and Wingardium Leviosa! Hey, what's happening? Don't worry, it'll wear off in an hour or so. I love magic.